You got the raise. You finally got the raise. $72,000 a year. You texted your mom, you went out for dinner, you felt like you'd made it. 6 months later, you have $400 more in your account than you did before. That's it. $400 for a $10,000 raise. And the terrifying part? You have no idea where the rest went. That's
Where
not
is
a
it
spending
going?
problem. That's
My
a trap.
money is just
And it was designed
disappearing.
before you ever walked through that office door. Your salary, your tax bracket, your stable income, the whole structure of employment is quietly bleeding you in ways that your paycheck stub will never show you.
By
In the
analyzing
next 8
these
minutes,
key metrics,
I'm going to show
we can
you the
optimize
actual
our
math,
strategy. As
not
you can
the
see from these
motivational
charts,
poster
our
version,
projections
the real
indicate
numbers.
significant.
And
The
by
safe
the end,
choice
you're
offers
gonna
clear
realize
rewards.
that the thing you were
But
told
look
was
closely.
the safe choice might
Hidden
be the
risks
biggest
lurk
financial
even in the
risk you're
brightest
taking right now.
opportunities.
Hello, I'm Stickman, and I spend way too much time thinking about the true cost of financial safety.
Stuck
If you're
on the
someone who works
traditional
hard
path,
every month, feels
watching
like
your
you should be further
hard-earned
ahead
money
and wonders why the
constantly
traditional
slip through
path
your
isn't delivering
fingers
the
is a
freedom it promised,
frustrating
make sure to
reality.
hit that subscribe button. And if this video genuinely changes how you see your career and your money, give it a thumbs up. It helps more people find this.
Growing
All right,
your
let's
wealth
get into it.
starts here.
The illusion of job security. Let's start with the common financial truth that everyone believes. A stable job is the safest financial foundation you can have.
We
It
often
sounds
assume
obvious,
these
it
beliefs
sounds
about money are
responsible.
true.
It's also,
But
for
let's
most
take a
people in 2026, dangerously wrong. Here's what most people don't realize. Your employer can eliminate your entire income in a single meeting. One conversation with HR, and your salary, rent, car payment, your lifestyle goes to zero overnight. The Bureau of Labor Statistics reported that in 2024 alone, over 1.6 million Americans were laid off each single month. These
The
weren't people who made mistakes.
reorganization is meant
These
to
were
improve
stable employees
efficiency.
at major corporations. Microsoft, Google,
what's happening to
Goldman
our
Sachs, who
portfolios?
showed up, performed well, and still got cut. Now
Even when
compare that to a
performance is
business
strong,
owner. If they
hidden
lose one
financial
client,
risks
they still
can
have 9
suddenly
others. If one revenue stream dries up, they pivot to another. Their income is diversified. Yours is not. You have a single point of failure. That's not safety, that's a liability.
We
But here's
often
the thing.
focus on visible income,
concentration risk
but the
is only
real
half
danger
the problem.
lies in
The
while
part that
you
really
remain
gets me
still.
is
The
what your
purchasing
safe
power of
salary
your
is
wealth
actually
is
doing
quietly
to your
flowing
wealth
away,
in real time.
diminishing
The
significantly.
hidden tax trap.
Have you
Yes,
ever
so
wondered how to
what's your salary?
truly understand?
Let's say it's
This chart
$75,000
illustrates
a
the
year.
projected
That
growth.
sounds solid, right?
Based
That's
on these figures,
$6,250 a month. Let's run the actual
annually.
math.
While your
Federal income tax at your effective
$75,000
tax
salary
rate,
seems
you're losing roughly
substantial.
$10,500.
Deductions like federal
At
income
FICA,
tax
Social
and
Security,
FICA
and Medicare,
quickly
that's another
reduce your actual
$5,740. If you're in a
Before you
state like
even see your
California or New
paycheck,
York, tack on
federal,
another $4,000 to
FICA,
$6,000 in
and
state
state
taxes.
taxes
We're already
take a
down to
significant
$53,000
chunk.
before you spent a single dollar. That's roughly a 29% tax rate on your labor. But here's what most people don't realize. A business owner with the same $75,000 in revenue, their effective tax rate on that same income can be closer to 15% when they run it through an S-Corp and pay themselves a reasonable salary. That's a $10,000 to $14,000 difference every single year. And over a 30-year career,
It's
wait,
not just
what?
about how much
That's
you earn,
$300,000
but
to
how much is siphoned
$420,000
away.
in additional taxes
The current
paid,
income
purely because
structure
of how you receive your income,
disproportionately
not
affects
how
the
much you earn.
employee.
The tax code was literally written to reward business ownership and penalize employment. I'm not making a political statement. That's just the structure. And most employees don't know this because no one teaches it. But
Hidden
here's where it gets
forces
really
can
interesting.
diminish the
Even if
value
we
of your
solve the tax
savings
problem,
over time.
there's still a force quietly
Don't
destroying
let
your wealth
inflation
that most
erode
personal
your wealth.
finance YouTubers dance around. The psychology of lifestyle creep.
Hello,
Let me tell
I'm
you about
Marcus.
Johnny.
To truly
Johnny is a
optimize
real
our strategy,
composite of dozens
we
of
need to
people I've
leverage
studied.
scalable
Not one
solutions
specific
that
person,
integrate
but a pattern I
seamlessly
see
with
constantly.
existing
Secure
At
your
24,
future with
Johnny
a
gets his
starting
first
salary
corporate
of
job at $52,000.
$52,000.
He's pumped. He moves into a nicer apartment, upgrades his car, gets the streaming subscriptions, nice gym, weekly dinners out.
You landed
By
the
28, Johnny gets a
$70,000
raise
role.
to $70,000.
So why does
Did he
saving
save
still
the extra
feel impossible?
$18,000 a year? No. His lifestyle expanded to absorb it. New apartment, better car. Now he's taking trips. He's treating himself because he earned it. By
Earning
35, Johnny earns
$95,000
$95,000.
places him
He has a higher
significantly
salary
higher
than
than most.
85% of Americans.
Your
he has less
income
than
looks great on
$40,000
paper.
in savings. He's house poor, stretched thin on a mortgage he could barely qualify for, and his net worth is negative if you subtract his debt. This is lifestyle inflation on autopilot. And it's not a willpower problem, it's a structural problem. Employment gives you a linear income with predictable raises that your brain immediately converts into permission to spend. Business income, even if it's the same amount, arrives differently. It's variable, it's uncertain, and that uncertainty naturally forces better financial discipline. Studies on self-employed individuals consistently show higher savings rates than salaried employees at the same income level. Here's the open loop I want you to hold on to. I mentioned there's a hidden math that makes jobs riskier than most people realize. We've covered taxes, we've covered lifestyle creep, but the third layer is the one that genuinely breaks people when they see it. We're getting there. Opportunity cost and the real risk calculus.
It's crucial
Okay,
to
here's
identify
what
the
most people
hidden
don't
risks
realize
lurking
about risk.
beneath.
Risk isn't just what can go wrong. Risk is also what you're giving up by playing safe. That's opportunity cost. And for most employees, the opportunity cost of staying in a 9-to-5 is staggering. Let's do a quick comparison. Two people, both 28 years old, both starting with $10,000 in savings. Person A stays in their job, gets 3% annual raises, saves $500 a month into index funds. Good, responsible behavior. After 30 years, using the historical average S&P 500 return of roughly 7% after inflation, they've got about $590,000 at 58. Person B spends 2 years building a small online business, earns nothing for 18 months, then hits $4,000 a month in profit by month 24. Keeps growing. By year 5, they're at $8,000 a month. They invest the same percentage of income. By 58, the numbers here get uncomfortable. Even at conservative projections, assuming the business only ever grows to $150,000 in annual revenue, the wealth gap versus the salaried employee can exceed $1.2 to $1.8 million. That's not motivation poster math. That's compounding math. And that's why the 4% rule, the retirement framework where you need 25 times your annual expenses saved, is virtually unachievable for most median salary employees who aren't aggressively building equity outside their paycheck. And here's the brutal part. The salaried employee works for 30 years and still can't retire. Person B potentially hit financial independence in under 15. Let's be real. That's not a marginal difference. That's your entire life's trajectory. Handling objections. Now you might be thinking, but most businesses fail. Isn't that the real risk? Great, let's look at that. Yes, the SBA reports that roughly 20% of businesses fail in year 1 and about 45% by year 5. But here's what that statistic doesn't tell you. Most of those are undercapitalized brick and mortar businesses. Service businesses, online businesses, and freelance-based businesses have drastically higher survival rates, especially when the owner has a skill the market actually needs. More importantly, when a business fails, you still have your skills, you still have the network you built, you still have the experience. You can get a job again. The downside is recovery. When you spend 30 years optimizing for a job and that job disappears at 54, there's no plan B. The asset allocation of your entire career was in one basket, your employer's goodwill. Look, I know this video is uncomfortable because it challenges a story most of us were told by people who loved us and genuinely wanted the best for us. But the data doesn't care about the story. The math doesn't care about the narrative. The question isn't whether to take risk. You're already taking it. The question is, are you being compensated for it? Your employer is every single day. If you don't want to wake up at 58 wondering where the time went and why the numbers never added up, hit subscribe, because
As you
every
can see
week
from the
we run the
charts,
actual
the
math
upward
on the
trend
financial
continues.
decisions most people make on
This data
autopilot.
confirms.
This is Stickman. See you next week.